When the desert meets the Atlantic Ocean, one of the world's harshest ecosystems unfolds. Every creature exists, not to show off its beauty, but to fight for survival. The wind carries red dust, blending into the silent, stalking footsteps of predators. Namibia, where time and wind have carved each brilliant red dune. The cold winds blowing in from the Atlantic intensify the challenge. Here, survival is a sacred journey, and every living thing is a warrior. Welcome to today's video. Let us know in the comments where you're watching. Wild Namibia, a never-ending battle amid the sandy wilderness. No matter how arid and fierce, nature always hides silent gifts, bestowed by the heavens upon those beings who know patience and adaptation. This is evident through the powerful survival stories written by Namibia's resilient creatures. This desert is the arena of life and death for cheetahs. They choose to stalk and launch high-speed chases after prey. The glaring sun quickly saps their strength. The cheetah stands between two choices: risk everything for a catch or give up. As night falls, leopards prowl atop 30-meter high cliffs, waiting for unsuspecting prey to pass below. Meanwhile, mighty lions are doing everything they can to fill their empty bellies. They are ready to fight for food with any other predator. Here, the only law is that the strong survive and the weak dissolve into the dust. Namibia, sprawling over 823,000 square kilometers, is a land of diverse landscapes and rich history. The Nama Group region of Namibia is notable for its rock formations from the Ediacaran period, about 600 million years ago, offering crucial evidence of the early appearance of multicellular life on Earth. The area is home to many valuable fossils, including Mesosaurus fossils from the Permian period. These are not just skeletons but precious puzzle pieces, helping humans answer the eternal question: where do we come from? Have you ever imagined that the ground beneath your feet was once home to ancient creatures? This central region, as well as the eastern Kalahari, bears the traces of more than 550 million years of geological change. Since the Precambrian era, around 550 million years ago, volcanic and tectonic activity have created great diversity in the terrain and mineral resources. Thanks to this, Namibia has become a hotspot for geologists and paleontologists. Stretching 1,900 kilometers along the Namibian coast is the Namib Desert, where stark beauty and harshness intertwine. Fairy circles, bare patches surrounded by grass raise questions about their strange existence. These appear in the barren desert as signs of life striving to reorganize itself. Scientists explain this phenomenon as water stress between grass species, forcing them to arrange themselves to optimize access to the scarce water. Over more than 55 million years, the Namib Desert, one of the oldest deserts on Earth, stands as an eternal witness. It has observed the ceaseless changes of sand and wind, red dunes, over 350 meters tall, form massive natural walls. Moving endlessly under nature's force, the landscape changes daily, but the harshness remains. At Sossusvlei and Dead Valley, camelthorn tree skeletons, dead for over 900 years, stand like fossilized monks, bearing witness to the cycle of life and death. Amid the barren Namib, where desert winds whip over towering dunes, Gemsbok stride with determined steps. This antelope is large, weighing up to 200 kilograms and standing nearly 1.2 meters at the shoulder. They have evolved over millions of years to cope with the harshest desert conditions. They're nearly 1.2 meter long. Straight, sword-like horns are powerful weapons for defense, allowing them to survive bloodthirsty predators. The Namib Desert, with meager rainfall just a few inches each year, creates a challenging habitat. However, Gemsbok have evolved to withstand extreme heat, enduring body temperatures up to 45 degrees Celsius without sweating. This adaptation helps them conserve water, a precious resource here, when long dry spells persist. Gemsbok can survive for weeks without drinking, extracting moisture from dry grasses and succulent plants. Their main activity occurs at dawn and dusk, when temperatures are cooler. During the harshest days, they migrate across the arid desert, seeking grass that sprouts from rare rains. The Gemsbok's circulatory system protects its brain from overheating, sustaining life even when the surrounding environment becomes unbearable. Meanwhile, Springbok use different survival strategies on the endless golden sands under the scorching sun. They stand 70 to 85 centimeters tall and weigh 30 to 45 kilograms, with distinctive coats combining brown, white, and black. When moving, a special stripe of fur along their back can stand upright, signaling danger to the herd, or simply expressing excitement. Springbok vividly embody the philosophy of living simply, being content with little water and few needs. They still live well and joyfully. Sometimes they go weeks or even months without drinking, surviving by absorbing moisture from scattered dry grasses and succulents. At night, when humidity rises, they wander to find food, maximizing water retention from what they eat. Their name comes from their unique leaping behavior. They can spring up to 2 meters high with stiff, straight legs, creating a strong, neat image. This isn't just a reaction to threats, but also a sign of vitality and herd cohesion. Depending on the season, Springbok herds roam across regions. When rains come, fresh grass signals the start of the breeding season. Herds change location, seeking lush pastures after rare rains. Desert elephants are not a separate species, but a unique population of African savanna elephants. Having adapted to the extreme conditions of the desert, these special, rare elephants, only about 150, remain live, mainly in Kunene and Erongo, northwest Namibia. They face many challenges. From habitat loss to threats from climate change and conflict with humans, low birth rates make the population even more vulnerable. Unlike their grassland relatives, desert elephants are smaller, with longer legs and larger feet to move easily over sand dunes without sinking. These features allow them to travel tens or even hundreds of miles in search of water and food across a depleted world. Dry riverbeds like Ugab and Huab are lifelines for these elephants, where they dig deep for groundwater, sustaining themselves and many other desert animals. Desert elephants are omnivores, eating any plants they can find, from shrubs and trees to succulents like comifera and mopane. In times of scarcity, they strip bark to reach the nutrients inside. To avoid the searing daytime heat, they usually feed at night or in cooler weather. Their most remarkable trait is their ability to survive water shortages. While savanna elephants need daily water, desert elephants can live up to 5 days without a drop. Their ability to store water and absorb moisture from plants keeps them alive in the parched desert. The arid Namib, swept by sand and searing heat, is also home to meerkats, tiny but resilient creatures. Endemic to Namibia, Botswana, and South Africa, in Namibia, they mainly live in drylands, like Damaraland, and along dry rivers, always facing harsh conditions. Small in size, just 14.5 to 55 centimeters long and weighing less than 1 kilogram, meerkats easily blend into the desert landscape. Their pale, grayish-brown fur is excellent camouflage, creating a blurred contrast in the fierce Namibian sun. Dark rings around their eyes reduce glare and enhance distance vision in bright light. Meerkat society relies heavily on cooperation. They live in large social groups, up to 50 individuals. Their high degree of cooperation is clear in daily activities, hunting, territory defense, and caring for young. While some members forage, others stand guard, warning of danger with distinctive calls. This tight-knit social system is vital for survival against threats like birds of prey. Meerkats are omnivores. They eat insects like beetles, centipedes, and even small lizards. To survive the arid environment, they seek succulents for moisture, enabling them to get through periods of water scarcity, a feat not every animal can match. Self-dug burrows in dry sand serve as meerkat shelters. Here, the temperature is stable, protecting them from the daytime heat and keeping them warm at night. At dusk or dawn, they leave their dens to hunt across silent sand fields. This is the meerkat's daily rhythm amid nature's harshness. At the edge of the world, where the burning sands of the Namib reach the cool breath of the ocean, lies a mysterious land known as the Skeleton Coast. Beneath seemingly endless sands, this is not just a land of death, but a place where fierce life converges. The Benguela Current brings cold from Antarctica, making this coast unique. It sweeps in thick fogs like a protective blanket, covering the arid land and stretching up to 50 kilometers inland. The fog becomes a precious water source, sustaining plants and animals that have adapted to harsh conditions. This scene is the perfect paradox. The fragile fog is the main lifeline in a land where rainfall can be counted on one hand. Along the Skeleton Coast, brown fur seals thrive and multiply in an environment few species can endure. They live in large colonies, up to 300,000 strong. Massive males, weighing up to 350 kilograms, dominate the shore, while smaller females, just 40 to 80 kilograms, care for the young in these severe conditions. The seals depend on the Benguela Current, their principal food source. Thanks to its cold waters, they have abundant fish, squid, and crustaceans. Brown fur seals can dive to 200 meters and hold their breath for nearly 8 minutes, hunting in the ocean like master fishermen. Each deep dive is a life or death journey into the sea, facing deadly predators like great white sharks. On land, their lives are equally tense. The breeding season turns the beaches into battlegrounds for aggressive males, each fiercely defending his territory. Meanwhile, the pups face threats from brown hyenas, predators who strike while adult seals hunt at sea. According to Marine Biology magazine, seal pup mortality rises sharply due to hyena attacks, creating a dramatic survival cycle along the Skeleton Coast. Brown hyenas, also called strand wolves, survive quietly on the barren mainland near the sea. In a land where sandstorms rage and food is scarce, the world's rarest hyena has forged its own survival path. With long, dark brown fur, large ears, and a gaunt frame, brown hyenas stand about 76 centimeters tall and weigh 34 to 45 kilograms. But their small size hides a fearsome strength. The harsh skeleton coast environment is not easy for any species. Under cover of night, brown hyenas may travel up to 50 kilometers for food. Their quiet steps over hot dunes are guided by a sharp sense of smell, demonstrating remarkable endurance. Yet the brutal conditions leave their mark. Many become partially or completely blind as sand constantly blows into their eyes. But they endure, overcoming all obstacles. Young brown fur seals, weak and vulnerable, become vital food for brown hyenas. Climate change and habitat loss have pushed them close to endangered status on the red list. Yet, projects like Skeleton Coast Brown Hyena are working to monitor and conserve this species, ensuring it survives in the wild. In central Namibia, Arindi Private Game Reserve spans over 70,719 hectares, a living canvas of nature. Its scenery shifts endlessly. From vast savannas to lush grasslands to rocky ridges, Arindi is not just a sanctuary, but a story of harmony between earth and sky. At its heart are natural waterholes. During the dry season, these pools become survival hubs for many species. It's home to over 60 mammal and 300 bird species, notably the presence of the big five lion, leopard, rhino, elephant, and buffalo creates a tense but magnificent atmosphere. If you ever set foot in Arindi, which of these big five would you wish to see first? Share your thoughts in the comments. In Arindi's wild fields, African wild dogs stand out with their colorful coats, thriving in a challenging environment. They are found throughout sub-Saharan Africa, especially in Namibia's deserts and grasslands. Arindi is a flagship wild dog sanctuary. Their fur, with black, white, yellow, and brown patches, like an artistic mosaic, makes them easy to spot in the wild. Behind this beauty, however, lies a relentless struggle for survival. This species is not only a highly skilled predator, but also possesses an extremely complex social system. Wild dog pack structure is astonishing. Each pack may have 10 to 15, sometimes up to 40 members. Only the alpha pair breeds, while others share pup-rearing duties, even regurgitating food for the young, a behavior rare among animals. Strong pack bonds are the secret to their power, enabling them to hunt successfully up to 80% of the time outperforming lions or leopards. When hunting, wild dogs never act alone. They hunt in packs, reaching speeds up to 70 kilometers per hour, surrounding prey from many angles. This creates dramatic chases, where prey collapses in chaos from perfectly coordinated teamwork. Yet, their lives are more than successful hunts. They face grave threats. African wild dogs are now endangered, with only about 6,600 adults left worldwide. Habitat loss, conflict with humans, and illegal hunting push them to the brink. Erindis, vast, bushy, dry plains are ideal hunting grounds for leopards. These are among Africa's master predators, boasting astonishing adaptability from dense forests to dry deserts. Leopards have demonstrated survival prowess for thousands of years. In Erindi, leopards are the main predator, keeping populations of antelope like kudu and springbok in check. Unlike other predators, leopards do not rely on numbers. They are solitary hunters, living by stealth and careful observation. When the opportunity arises, they strike swiftly, killing prey in a flash. Weighing 30 to 80 kilograms, a leopard can leap over 6 meters in an instant, delivering a fatal bite to the neck, then quietly dragging the prey up a tree to enjoy its prize. In the dark, when temperatures drop, leopards become more active. Night is the perfect time for stalking. As darkness conceals all traces, the harsh terrain of Erindi, with its rocks and thick scrub, is the stage for endless pursuits. Every leopard step echoes the fight for survival. The southwestern black rhino, one of the rare black rhino subspecies, now lives mainly in Namibia, including Erindi. This species is well adapted to semi-arid environments, from deserts to dry grasslands. The black rhino is among the largest animals at risk of extinction. Their population is only about 2,583, classified as nearly threatened on the red list. Unlike many large animals, black rhinos are mostly solitary, but social behaviors occur at waterholes. Males tend to have territories but are not overly territorial, while females live with calves. They weigh 800 to 1,350 kilograms and can live up to 50 years. The most distinctive feature is their hooked upper lip, suited to eating leaves and twigs, a specialized diet for browsers. This trait allows black rhinos to survive in areas where other large species might not. Etosha National Park, spanning 22,278 square kilometers, is among Namibia's natural wonders. The landscape is vast and full of surprises, from endless savannas and dense woodlands to arid lands. At its center is the Etosha Pan, a huge salt flat covering 4,767 square kilometers. Once a giant lake, it is now a dry basin that only fills after rare rains. The wet season brings life to the pan. When water arrives, the skies fill with the vibrant colors of migratory birds, especially flamingos. In the dry season, the pan returns to a barren state, leaving only natural waterholes, the stage for fierce animal competition. This land is home to 114 mammal and over 400 bird species. The dry season, from May to October, is ideal for witnessing spectacular scenes. The entire ecosystem converges around waterholes, where every creature must compete to survive. At Etosha National Park, the famous ghost elephants are African bush elephants, covered in white dust after rolling in salty mud. This mud not only cools them, but protects their skin from insects. Etosha elephants are the tallest in Africa, standing 3 to 4 meters tall and weighing up to 6,800 kilograms. Their remarkable adaptation to arid environments has ensured their survival through the harshest conditions. Elephants live in family groups, led by the oldest female. These groups consist of females and calves, while adult males are solitary or in small bachelor groups. In the dry season, herds travel tens of miles for water and food, sometimes eating up to 270 kilograms of vegetation, daily grass, leaves, and fruit. Currently, these elephants are listed as endangered due to poaching for ivory and habitat loss. With GPS and camera trap studies, conservationists track elephant movement and habitat use in Etosha, implementing protection measures and reducing human-elephant conflict. Under Etosha's blazing sun, the proud Angolan giraffe towers over the dry savanna, the tallest animal in the world, reaching up to 5.5 meters. Its pale yellow skin with large brown patches down the legs creates a majestic yet quiet image. This giraffe is not only a symbol of strength, but also endurance, adapting to Etosha's harsh conditions where the savanna stretches endlessly. Their diet consists largely of comifera and acacia trees. They are well adapted to sparse environments, foraging in the cool hours of morning and evening. The soft leaves they strip from high branches sustain their massive bodies, weighing 800 to 1,180 kilograms. Giraffe herds roam constantly, without fixed territories. They live in small groups of 5 to 20, where females and young survive together, while males are solitary or form bachelor groups, displaying strength in neck wrestling contests for mating rights. Breeding occurs year-round, and after 13 to 15 months, calves are born. They stand and follow their mother within an hour, a vital survival skill in this harsh wilderness. Meanwhile, in Etosha's dry grasslands, lions continue to dominate. Their mighty forms stand out among golden grass and dusty waterholes. Every step leaves a mark on the tough land, carrying strength and survival spirit through centuries. Etosha's lions are massive, with males weighing up to 250 kilograms. Their muscular bodies, sharp claws, and powerful jaws are ready to bring down prey. But their unique feature is the matriarchal hunting strategy. During dry, hot days, life in Etosha concentrates around waterholes. This is prime time for lions. They do not need to chase far, simply waiting by the water for herds of antelope, zebra, or gemsbok to arrive for relief. The dry season becomes the main stage for dramatic survival struggles between predator and prey. Lions stalk from the shade of low bushes, their golden eyes gleaming with calculation. The lion's hunting strategy requires patience and skill. Females typically encircle prey in a crescent, silently tightening the noose, while others hide in the shadows, ready to strike. Their sprint is short but explosive, reaching 80 kilometers per hour in seconds. This coordination makes them the most efficient grassland predators. Etosha, with its vast savannas and drylands, is one of the last refuges for cheetah's creatures of speed and grace. They are top land predators. However, their numbers have dropped sharply over the past century, and Etosha is now among their key strongholds in Namibia, with long legs and light frames. Cheetahs are built for speed. Capable of reaching 97 kilometers per hour in seconds, making each hunt a life or death race. Their flexible spines act like drawn bows, letting them accelerate and turn sharply. But speed comes at a price. Exhaustion comes quickly. After each run, cheetahs have just 20 to 30 seconds to subdue prey before collapsing. Each chase happens once a day, relying on precision and patience. In Etosha, cheetahs use the terrain. Termite mounds, or old tree stumps, are both hiding spots and observation posts, vantage points and communication hubs. Cheetahs are highly efficient hunters, focusing on mid-sized prey like Springbok and hares. They hunt mainly at dawn or dusk. When temperatures are lower and prey more exposed, their tactic is stealth from a distance, charging only when within 18 to 21 meters. Yet, however agile, cheetahs face major threats from nature and other predators. Larger carnivores like lions and hyenas not only compete for prey, but may also steal their kills. Caution and sophisticated tactics are key to their survival. The Cunene River and Caprivi floodplain are lifelines amid Namibia's harsh environment. The Cunene River begins in Angola, flows along the border, and empties into the Atlantic. In this semi-arid region, the river is like a lifeblood, sustaining life in the desert. Along Cunene and Caprivi, African jacanas step lightly on the water's surface, as if walking on floating leaves. Their long legs and thin toes perfectly balance them on giant water lilies. These birds are not only beautiful, but also remarkable for their rare polyandrous breeding system. In the world of jacanas, females mate with multiple males, then leave incubation and chick rearing to the males. Thus, males become devoted fathers, building floating nests and protecting their chicks in the challenging wetlands. Jacanas feed on small creatures like insects, crustaceans, and mollusks. Walking across floating leaves, they search for food, sometimes picking insects off larger animals like buffalo or hippos, a characteristic sight in wetland ecosystems. When threatened, jacanas can dive underwater to escape, with only their bill visible above the surface. This flexibility and adaptability help them survive seasonal flooding and change. The Marabou stork, a large bird up to 1.5 meters tall, with a wingspan of nearly 2.9 meters, also frequents Cunene and Caprivi, with its bare neck, large black wings, and slow gait. The Marabou stork exudes a solemn, cold presence, often called the Undertaker bird. Like great egrets, breeding season makes them communal. They nest in tall trees near water, forming large flocks with other storks and herons. This is when they abandon solitary lives for social breeding and chick rearing. Not as glamorous as egrets or as colorful as flamingos, Marabou storks are sentinels between life and death, present where life ends. And another cycle begins. Whenever there's a carcass, they appear with vultures and other scavengers, fighting over scraps. Their strong bills easily tear meat from carcasses, a stark display of their harsh survival instincts. But Marabous don't rely solely on carrion. They are skilled hunters in shallow waters, standing still and waiting for fish, frogs, or small animals to pass with a sudden jab. Their sharp bill ends the hunt in a flash. The Cunene and Caprivi wetlands are also home to the red lechwe, a striking antelope with reddish-brown fur and long ears. Their coloring contrasts with black and white facial markings, making them unmistakable on the African plains. Both males and females sport curved horns. Symbols of strength and resilience, males' horns are longer, giving them dominance in herd battles. Lechwe do not have fixed territories. They usually travel in herds of 5 to 15, sometimes up to 35. Older males often lead, protecting the group from threats. Less dominant males form bachelor herds. When fighting for dominance, males use their horns in fierce but rarely fatal battles. Flooded areas with abundant water are ideal for African buffalo. Lush green fields stretch to the horizon, attracting thousands of buffalo each rainy season, with massive size, curved horns, and shiny black hides. Buffalo create a majestic, wild scene. Huge herds of up to several thousand move along rivers, embodying the might of one of Africa's largest mammals. Buffalo can reach 3.3 meters in length and weigh 420 to 860 kilograms. Their large horns are powerful weapons in battles for dominance and sturdy shields against attack. Their formidable appearance deters most predators. Even lions and hyenas hesitate to confront them. In Caprivi's floodplains, buffalo depend not only on grass but also on plentiful water from rivers. Each season, they migrate with the water, crossing rich pastures in search of food as grazers. They consume large quantities of grass daily. Their presence is vital to the ecosystem, keeping the grasslands in balance. Semi-aquatic hippo populations characterize the Cunene and Caprivi, weighing 1,000 to 2,000 kilograms and standing 1.3 to 1.4 meters tall among Africa's largest animals. Their thick, hairless skin protects them from the sun, vital in a harsh environment. Hippos live in herds of 10 to 20, sometimes more. Mature males defend specific water territories, especially during breeding. Male battles for territory can be fierce, using huge tusks to attack rivals. Hippos spend most of the day submerged. Keeping cool, at night, they leave the water, traveling miles to graze, eating mainly grass. A hippo can consume up to 40 kilograms each night. A 2024 Namibian conservation study shows hippos are key to maintaining water channels, supporting fish and other aquatic life. Their movement and activity not only sustain their food source, but also shape the river ecosystem. Namibia's vast deserts and grasslands symbolize resilience, but as temperatures rise, its wildlife faces relentless challenges. Climate change is a major threat, especially prolonged drought. A 2023 report from Namibia's Ministry of Environment states this is one of the countries most affected by climate change. With average temperatures up 1.5 degrees Celsius over 50 years, prolonged drought depletes water and food, forcing elephants, buffalo, and antelope to travel farther, increasing competition for survival. Wildlife not only battles the elements, but also habitat fragmentation. Agricultural expansion and urbanization have severed migration corridors for many species. According to 2024 Namibia Nature Foundation data, over 30% of natural land has become farms or settlements. This causes rhinos and cheetahs to lose their habitats. They can no longer roam freely. Forced into isolated reserves, poaching remains a nightmare for many species. The Namibian government has launched strong anti-poaching measures, such as increased surveillance and GPS tracking. Yet, illegal ivory and rhino horn trade continues internationally. 2024 conservation statistics show about 50 rhinos are poached annually in Namibia alone. Finally, Namibia's biodiversity is in sharp decline. Grasslands and wetlands suffer greatly from human activity. Many water birds, like African jacanas and great egrets, face population drops as their habitats disappear. Natural and human challenges are like a dark shadow looming, threatening the survival journey of Namibia's wildlife. These creatures not only battle the harsh environment, but also face threats from human development. As rivers like the Kunene and floodplains like Caprivi shrink, the bigger question is, can they continue to survive in an ever harsher world? How can conservation become more than a slogan, truly uniting people and wild nature? In response, many conservation efforts are underway. Namibia leads in community-based conservation. Over 43% of land is managed by local communities as conservancies. This encourages local people to protect wildlife and share in ecotourism benefits. Thus, elephant and lion populations have increased in protected areas. Namibia has also implemented the Lion Ranger program since 2018, a local ranger training program that monitors lions and uses early warning technology to detect their movements, reducing conflict. Predator-proof livestock enclosures also protect herds at night. One of the greatest efforts is safeguarding key ecosystems like the Caprivi floodplains and Kunene River. Conservation programs here focus on habitat restoration and climate change mitigation, creating safe spaces for wildlife. Among these successes, the dramatic recovery of elephant herds, especially in Kunene and northern conservancies, is most notable. Once nearly extinct in the 1980s due to poaching and war, elephants almost vanished from the area. However, thanks to community-based conservation, their numbers have rebounded. The community-based natural resource management program allows local communities not only to protect animals, but also benefit from ecotourism. This makes conservation a sustainable economic part, helping communities see the value in wildlife protection. Measures like crop protection fences, early warning systems, and educational programs have reduced conflict between humans and elephants. By 2023, Namibia's elephant population was estimated at about 24,000. Each of us can contribute to wildlife conservation and habitat protection. Start with simple actions. Reduce plastic waste, save water, and support sustainable products. Share information about endangered species and their environments on social media to raise public awareness. Your action today could be the key to the survival of these rare animals and their fragile ecosystem. If you've ever witnessed Namibia's harsh red dunes, don't hesitate to share your experience in the comments. It would be a source of inspiration and motivation for nature, conservation efforts, and rare animal protection, helping preserve the ecosystem for future generations. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell to join us on the next magical adventure.